Fred Johnson, president of Mississippi 811, is our guest. Hey, Fred, good to see you, sir.
Good morning, Gerard. Thanks for having me here.
You bet. So we wanted to have you in to talk about, well, first give us a little update. What's going on with Mississippi 811 these days? Anything that we as citizens need to be aware of?
Well, it's been really busy. We have a lot of excavation going on, and we're trying to ramp up for some proposed infrastructure improvements for the internet services that'll be coming down the pipe. So we're having to staff up for that, and then it's just busy every day.
Yeah. All right, so just to inform our audience, what should folks do? If they're thinking about digging before they do so, they need to call 811 and make sure that they're not going to cause any problems doing that.
Absolutely. Homeowners as well as contractors are responsible for calling before they dig, and what happens, that call comes into our call center over in Pearl. We take that information and then we send that out to the utility companies that are in that particular geographic area. They have 3 working days to get out and mark their lines. People, you see different colored lines and flags as you go down the highway. That's what that's all about. They've been out there and they mark their utility lines, and then the excavator can more safely go out and dig around those areas.
Okay. So the most important thing is you may think there's nothing there, but it's just always a safe thing to call 811. It's an easy deal. You get the utility companies and others that may have something underground there to come out and mark it off and make sure you don't, again, impact something that could cause a problem.
That's true. It's just about to get where you can't dig anywhere, that there's no a conflict with a utility of some sort.
That's a good point. Hadn't thought about that. All right, so 811, you guys are going to be hosting a blood drive on August the 11th, 811. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, actually, we're going to host it on August the 10th.
Oh, okay.
In celebration of 811 Day.
Gotcha.
That's a national day that has been set aside for call centers all across the country to promote the importance of calling before you dig. And so one of the things that we've decided to do, just to kind of call attention to it and also do a good service, is to promote a blood drive there at our call center. That'll be Saturday, and it'll be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The address of our call center is 200 Country Place Parkway there in Pearl, Mississippi. And we're just proud to partner with Mississippi Blood Services, and we have several sponsors, some of our utility members and other locating firms, and too many really to try to mention all of them individually, but they have come to our assistance with this. They're providing door prizes, and some of them will be setting up booths to hand out information. And in addition to that, we've got we're going to have some lunch served, I think from 11 to 2 or 11 to 1. They'll be serving lunch, grilling hot dogs. And we've got snow cones available, free snow cones just for the taking. And there's a jump house, and I think City of Pearl's going to have a police car and maybe a fire truck, some things, just to kind of keep the kids entertained while maybe their parents are and they're giving blood. So we just invite everyone who can. It's a Saturday, and we've been a little apprehensive about trying to do something like this on a Saturday, so we're hoping, the outcome will be greater. But that remains to be seen. We'll learn. But we just didn't want to do it on Sunday, the 11th, so we just moved it back.
Understand. Well, I've seen some notifications from Mississippi Blood Service that it's a critical need. Of course, there's always a critical need, but when they start pushing the notifications out, it usually means it's a little bit more urgent situation.
Yeah, I think summertime especially, the blood supplies get low. For many reasons, people are on vacation and schools are out, and I understand that the older school children, a lot of times it's a great source for them for donated blood.
Yeah.
And so there's also a lot of more crashes. Seems like more people are out on the highways traveling, and the need has gone up.
Yeah.
So,
what else you got for us, Fred, from the 811 world?
well, let me just mention one thing about the blood
Sure.
drive too. We have posted on our Facebook page, Mississippi 811 Facebook page, and also on our website, www.ms811.org. A way that you can go in and just click on it to register for this blood drive, and just want to encourage everyone that will to do that. Just more about maybe Mississippi 811 and what we do. We take those calls. That's the important and main thing that we were formulated to do. But in addition to that, we try to be the premier damage prevention resource for the state of Mississippi. Not only through advertising and printed information that we put out. We have 5 guys on our staff that work out in the field. They go out and call on our members, and also provide training and try to update people with the laws and that kind of thing. So we stay busy.
Yeah. Fred, do you ever have situations where someone didn't call 811 and then they started digging, and sure enough they hit something underground that caused a problem, and then they call you and say, "Man, I wish I'd have called you before I did this"? I mean, do you use those as examples to encourage people?
Well, it does happen, a lot more probably than we even are made aware of, and a lot more than we would hope. It just boggles my mind that I can run into somebody on the street and they'll ask me, what I do, and I tell them I work for Mississippi 811, and it just kills me when they say, "What's at 811?"
So that's why we're here today, to get the word out.
That's right.
Man, I mean, because it's easy. You've got a call center, and that's the way it works. So it's not like you're going to likely be on hold for a long period of time or have to wait for a call back or something like that. That's the way I've done it before. That's the way it works.
Yeah, and we've got systems in place to where hopefully you wouldn't hold for a long time, but we also have the ability for you to go to our website and actually go into our portal and submit your own information.
Okay. So you can submit information, and then that'll be analyzed, and you'll get a response on that?
It depends. Like a homeowner, we've got a special place they can go in that only does this like once or twice a year, and they can put that information in. It goes into a queue, and then our people there at the office will review it, make sure it's accurate, it's got all the information, and then we'll submit it.
Yeah.
Now, we do have some who do this on a daily basis multiple times, and we move them up to a level 3 portal user is what we call them. They can actually go in, put all the information in, and then they just send the ticket, and it goes into the system immediately.
Okay, I see. Do 811 organizations exist in all 50 states?
They do. Texas, I think, up until just recently had 2, actually.
Okay.
But I think all states have it now.
And then those organizations, I assume, work with all the utility companies or anyone that might be permitted to dig underground and install something, pipe, cable, et cetera.
They do. It hasn't always been mandatory for a utility company to be a member of Mississippi 811.
Okay.
But that law was passed, I think it's 2007, that made it a law that a utility company, public utility company, must be a member. And since then, we went from, we already had like 550 members just because they saw it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so our numbers increased. We got around doubled, 1,150 or so members. And so hopefully if somebody calls, it'll be one of our members or our members that will be in that location and not somebody who's failed to do that.
Are they timely in providing information to you or providing access to their information, their plans, et cetera, so you're current when you're dealing with folks that call?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't even think about that. Yes, we ask them to update their databases, we call it. You're talking about the utility companies.
Yeah.
They must update those at least annually.
Okay.
But we encourage them. There's a lot of gas companies that are constantly adding on. And we encourage them, just as soon as you got plant in the ground, go ahead and update us so we can protect it.
Makes sense. It totally makes sense. Fred, appreciate you coming in.
Great to be here. I thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Fred Johnson, president of Mississippi 811, has been our guest in the Element Wealth studio. We're stepping aside for a break. Coming right back.